Don't be afraid of this life. Like, I had to come on here and make a beautiful video, because I was doing like a lot of observing and just natural studying of things, just the nature of things. And I realized like people literally are in a mental prison. And that line, like in this phase, it goes back to like Morpheus in the Matrix. He was telling Neo, this is a prison for your mind. So just profound and beautiful. And that's what this is. Because just going online and seeing a lot of people just live in panic and think the world is going crazy. But then I'm actually out in the world. I'm like, the world is actually calm. Like the actual world outside is actually calm. So people are confusing the internet with the actual world. And they're not busy doing enough living. They're busy doing entertaining and posting and stuff like that. So they're literally in a prison for the mind. Like their whole mental capacity is in a prison. And it's a general population prison. There's others who share the same panic and nervousness and anxiety. So again, another thing I realized is how much people depend on comfort. Because just because things seem a little bit uncomfortable, they're going crazy about it. So to me, it's just weird, like, even like in on a politic level, and I don't even care about any of this stuff, but just looking at it on a political level, they're dependent so much on politics to dictate their life. It's like I never seen people this hungry to have their lives controlled. And this also is a beautiful thing, because this allows those rare type of beings to really prosper and really be extended into greater levels, because the masses are always going to be the masses. They're the ones that's causing mass hysteria. They're the ones that's living in a poverty mentality and a poverty-stricken soul. They're the ones that's enslaved in every single aspect and level of their lives. And they're the ones that scared of information. They're the ones that neglect anything that stirs up the lies that they tell themselves. And they're the ones that constantly settle, because they're so afraid of the unknown. They're so afraid of growth. They're so afraid of going to different phases in their life that it's easy for them to settle. It's easy for them to live in a mindless void that only has their own pain and suffering living inside of it. So, with me understanding and seeing all this, it's because no one has any spiritual foundation. Like, they all trying to use whatever religious tactics, meditation, therapy, all these things to find some type of escape. Not grounding, an escape. You can't say you meditate, but let your life is just full of chaos. Like, meditation is not a sit down 15 minutes. Meditation is a way of life. That means your whole entire day, your year, your life is a meditation, is a meditative state. That's a constant state of being. You can't say you believe in God or anyone else that they might consider a higher power, but yet you still are strapped and grounded into the ways of the world. Because when you say you believe in higher power, the word higher and the word power, very powerful things. When you say you believe in a higher power, that means you believe in something that's beyond, something that's great, something that's beyond, something that's also powerful. So that means if you believe in a higher power, you actually become what you believe. So the fact that you having a hard time and struggling to rise above these minuscule and minute situations, and even rising above your own self, it shows that you don't believe in a higher power. It shows that the higher power you're actually referring to is literally your own self, your own ego, your own insecurity. When you believe in something greater than yourself, you actually become that greater thing. That's what belief is. And then belief transforms into a more powerful component, which is knowing, where you don't even have to believe, because now you become that actual belief. So the fact that you're claiming this higher power and meditation and therapy and all these things that's used in the form of escape, but that your life is still going the way it is, it already shows that you're lying. Just flat out plain lying, living in denial. You can't even be honest with yourself at all. And you want somebody to feel sorry, have sympathy, feel bad, have empathy. How? When you don't even feel sorry, feel bad, or even have empathy for you constantly making yourself a victim and victimizing yourself on a daily basis, abusing yourself on a daily basis, punishing yourself on a daily basis, putting yourself down on a daily basis. But yet you want someone to pick you up. You want someone to come doing the labor. You want someone to be the butler and the maid for you and do the things that you're not willing to do. Or as you say, I'm going to leave it in God's timing. God's timing, really? So that already says that you're not willing to put in the work. And that's why that timing that you think you're waiting on, you're going to always be forever waiting on that time until the end of your time. Because you're missing one component. Even if you even want to talk biblical and want to talk about the relationship with God, even Jesus had to put in effort, just in the stories. And he was coming from divinity. So the fact that he had to put in effort, he had to put in work, he had to rise above all the earthly and worldly things that was happening. And you think he's just going to say, oh, I'm going to just leave it up to God and that's it. Is this going to work out? Never. Never ever will it work out. Never ever will it happen, because God is an entity. It's a psychological aspect, a psychological entity at that. God is a symbol. The word is a symbol. So when you're saying God, you're speaking from a deeper perspective of your own self. This is not some physical being or whatever you would like to think it is. This is a psychological entity that's been created by you, and it's in you. It's even more closer than your breath. And the fact that you can't even grasp that and even understand, like everything just on the Bible was psychological, but these wasn't literal beings. These were psychological beings. And the fact that you can't even grasp it, the fact that it says you're made in the image and likeness of God, but yet you're sitting here trying to look and feel like everybody else when you're made in the image and likeness of God. What else would you want to be like if this is your higher power? So that's a lie. You don't believe. You deceive as if you believe, but you really only deceiving yourself, because you're the only one drinking the poison and you're expecting everyone else to die from it. But it's going to be you, the one that hurt in the end, because you didn't want to put in the work, because you wanted to slack off. These are very prominent and prosperous and great, amazing, terrific, and absolutely extremely wonderful and beautiful times right now. This is probably the most magical time ever. And you're sitting here wasting it because it's not going to last forever. It's going to be temporary. And then these days are going to pass and things are going to go as well as they should. And then when it all boils down, it's going to be like, what did you do in these last few years? And you're going to have nothing to accomplish but another list of excuses, another list of goals unaccomplished, another list of things that you still need to work on because you're sitting here playing with your life. And in fact, it's going to be at a certain point where you're not even going to have a life, but you're going to continue to live because the air exists and oxygen is there, but you're not even going to have a life. Your life is going to be dead somewhere, but you're going to continue to exist, but not in existence. You're going to end up in a place where you constantly been putting yourself. You're going to finally manifest that void and that suffering that you've been conjuring and putting yourself in and downplaying yourself into for the longest. It's finally going to manifest, and you're going to be in that space if you're not already in it now, struggling, trying to find your way out of a maze that you're trying to find a key to when you are the key. That means you could literally put yourself in any part of the maze and you'll find your way out, but you don't understand that yet because you're still looking for something outside of yourself to guide something within yourself. Nothing can't save you, nothing can't come for you. You're the key. So wherever you go, wherever you may lay, that is the path. And until you recognize that, until you realize that, until you actually being able to embrace and swallow and digest and gulp that in yourself and become that part of yourself, you're going to always and constantly be in a state of panic and anxiety because you lack a spiritual foundation, you lack grounding, you lack roots, you lack all the things that basically you would get from avoiding what you would call a quote-unquote negative. The negative gives you grounding, it gives you foundation, it gives you confidence, it gives you that inner security, that deep inner peace. Where you think those things come from? You think that things come from just everything being positive? No. Everything being positive is a result of negative. Everything being positive is a form and a result of actually comfort. It's another form of comfort, positive in a different level. Not full comfort, but positive is just basically having a state of mind and being comfortable in that state of mind. So it's bringing you comfort in an internal aspect, not an external. That means things could be like just going radical on the outside, but you're still being able to be in that positive result, that state of mind and state of being where you're still okay with yourself no matter what's going on around you. So this message today is just basically to say, get up and go do something. Don't just get up and do it. Do it again and do it again. Commit to it. Accomplish. Why am I sitting here telling you all this? I don't know. Don't even know. Why am I making this video? I don't know. But I'm just sharing it. I want to get this out of me. This is my message for you today. Go do something.